Hello all, this is Arjun. So in the previous video, we studied the introduction of shafts and categorization of shafts. So in this video, we'll discuss in detail. So my ordinary transmission shafts, they are made up of medium carbon steels with carbon content from 0.15% to 0.40%, such as in 30C8 or 40C8. Then my commercial shaft. My commercial shaft, they are made up of low carbon steels, and they are produced by hot rolling. They are produced by hot rolling and cold drawing methods. But if I'll use cold drawing method, my shafts will be stronger, right? So next comes my shaft design. So how I design my shaft, I'll derive some equations today. So shaft design on strength basis first I'll do, right? So we know transmission shafts, they are subjected to axial tensile forces, bending moment, torsional moment, and even their combination. So earlier in strength of materials, we have read bending, torsions, what are their combined effects. We have studied theory of failures in that MPST, MSST, maximum shear stress theory, maximum principal stress theory, where we use it, right? So we gonna use all of these equations here in the design. So the design of transmission shafts consists of determining the correct shaft diameter from strength and rigidity considerations. See, if we will use a larger diameter of the shaft, we might waste the material, because more the diameter, more the material is required, more the steel is required, so the cost will increase and we might make over safe design, right? Also, if we reduce the diameter, we might make under safe design. It might save us the cost, it might save the cost, but also it will reduce my safety, right? So I need to very carefully judge and select and calculate the design for my shaft. So when the shaft is subjected to axial tensile force, so tensile stress will be given by P as in force upon area of the shaft, which is pi d square upon 4. This is my shaft, right? So this is my area. If force is acting upon it, so P is the force, and this is the area. Area of this circle will be pi r square or pi d square upon 4. So force upon area will be my stress, right? So writing this equation, it should come 4 will go up and 4p pi d square. So this is my equation number 1, right? So then comes when my shaft is subjected to pure bending moment. So when what will be my bending stress? So we know our bending equation is M upon I equal to sigma B upon Y max. Remember, and E by R, right? So we will use only this much portion, right? Sorry. So sigma, hold on a moment, I think I just changed the color. Okay, what is happening? I have to see. Right. So sigma b will be equal to moment into y max upon I, right? Correct. I have just shifted my y to this side. So what will be my y max? Y max will be my this distance from the neutral axis to the topmost fiber, right? So this distance is d upon 2. So my y max will be equal to d upon 2, right? And my I is equal to, for cylindrical, my I is equal to pi d raised to power 4 upon 64, right? So sigma b is equal to m d by 2 upon pi d raised to power 4 upon 64, right? So by cancelling this and this 32 and this d cube, my result should come equal to sigma b equal to 32 upon pi d cube. So this is my bending stress, right? So this is my equation number 2. Then if my shaft is subjected to pure torsional moment, then the torsional shear stress is given by tau equal to, so what is my torsion equation? Tau upon r, and here is my T upon J, right? Or IP. I can also write as IP, but right now I have represented it by J, one and the same thing. So this should go here. So okay, this is hold on, I'll just write it again. So tau equal to T into R was here, R is D by 2 upon, so J is equal to pi by D raised to power 4 polar moment of inertia. This is my polar moment of inertia, which is J, or earlier I used to represent it by IP, right? So it should come D cancel 3, 2, 16. So my tau should be 16 T pi d cube. This is my equation number 3. So what is this? This is my shaft is subjected to pure torsional moment, and my torsional shear stress, which is tau, it is given by 16 torsion upon pi d cube, right? So in the next video I'll be discussing the combination of the loads, the principal stresses and the principal shear stresses, which we will be constructing in a Mohr circle. Thank you.